Hey, what's up out there? Thanks for watching another haul. I have a variety of comics, including some from Baltimore Comic-Con that I went to. First up, this was a local show. I picked up a Wonder Woman 7 and 9. Uh, Nine's the first appearance of Cheetah. 7 is the first appearance of the woman who becomes Cheetah. Can't remember her name. I want to say Barbara Morris, but that's Valkyrie, I believe, right, from Marvel. Something can't recall. But at any rate, when they announced that they were making the next Wonder Woman movie, the second installment, a lot of chatter online is saying that Cheetah might be the villain in that. Who knows? If they stay with some older stuff, you may have somebody that's not very popular. Cheetah's a little bit well known, obviously, in the newer crowd. These were from the same deal. Those are $3 each. I also picked up an Avengers Children's Crusade #3. This is the Art Adams 1 and 20 variant. And I got one more book. Whoa, cover your eyes, cover your eyes. Deja of Mars Dynamite #3. This is the nude variant, which is a 1 in 50. Those like those Deja of Mars and Warlord of Mars, the risque variants, they've really started to take off. I'm not sure why, just I don't think there's many of them out there, and maybe there's a couple people that want them. So I got that for $3. It's a different dealer. I got a Hellboy Seed of Destruction #1. I thought it was a 9.8 candidate, but it ended up having a little tiny ding down at the bottom. I mean, it's barely noticeable, unless you're looking close, obviously. I paid $10 for that. Still think that's a decent deal. And I also picked up another. Wow, I ended up paying a Wonder Woman #9. I've been looking for these in like real high grade without any spine ticks. So I paid for it on this one, which I still didn't pay a lot. I paid $9. But I looked on eBay. Could not really find any that didn't have spine ticks of some sort. So it might be a tough book in real high grade. Hopefully something happens with it, since I picked a couple up. Another dealer, I got this for $3. The Batman and Robin Boy Wonder #8. This is the Art Adams variant. This is like the incentive variant, and they also have an RRP variant, which is the same cover, but it's got like a blue tint to it, I believe. It's a really cool cover though, because if you can see it, it's got Joker. I assume that's the Joker, and then Batman, kind of like depends how you look at it. You can see a different image. So it's a really cool cover, especially for $3. Also got this one I was not aware of. I got this for $2.50. Punisher one shot. Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe. Like I said, I paid $2.50 for it. Now this is actually the 1996 version, which is a second print. I didn't realize that they had a second print with this cover. I knew they had the other cover, which is a Steve Dillon cover in a second print, but I was not aware of this. At any rate, $2.50 is still a good price for it, I think. Also got from that dealer the classic Star Wars Return of Jedi, the Adam Hughes Slave Leia cover. Paid $2 for that. Ends up when I got home, you can't even really see it on the front. When I took it out on the back, I could see that like the one corner was all jacked up. Might be this one. I can't really even tell. Can't really tell on the front, but I don't know. Surprisingly, this book does not really sell for much. It's an Adam Hughes cover and the Slave Leia. Kind of surprised it doesn't really sell for much. Okay, different dealer. I got this for. So this was $1.50. That was a great buy. Punisher #10. It's a real nice copy too. Nice high grade copy. Picked up. I guess I only got 2 books from that dealer, I guess. And then this, Pinky and the Brain #1. Now this is the DC Universe variant. And they have somewhat picked up recently, some of them. Some of the harder to find ones especially. I looked online and there was not any of this of the DC Universe Pinky and the Brain #1s for sale, but there was one sold, and it went for, I think they had like a $40 buy it now, make an offer, and they ended up selling it for like 30. I was really surprised it went for that much. So I think this is a harder one to find, Pinky and the Brain. I think this and like Animaniacs, from what I've heard, are kind of hard to find. Just got lucky and pulled it out and took a look at it for whatever reason and saw that it was that. This was another dealer that had some 2 for $1 books. So I dipped my toe in the water on this New Mutants Annual #7, first pinup of Sunspot. Comes a year before, what is that, X-Force, or New Mutants 99, which is usually thought of as first appearance. This is just a pinup in the back that says, like, you know, X-Force or whatever it be, by Rob Liefeld. But he is going to be in, what, is he going to be in Deadpool or X-Force movie? I can't remember which. Maybe Deadpool. I got these JLA 43 to 46. This is the Tower of Babel storyline, which I'd always heard good things about. It sells for like 15 to 20 maybe for the set, if you can get somebody to buy it. I read it. It was not bad. I mean, it's got Ra's al Ghul basically set up this tower that sent out a signal that caused everybody not to be able to read words properly. So, you know, you'd be reading something and it was just all jumbled letters, didn't make any sense. And that it was called the Tower of, well, it was just like a tower. I don't know if it was called the Tower of Babel in the book. I don't recall that. But that's basically what it did. So it was kind of interesting. And another cool part of it is that Bruce Wayne's parents, Ra's al Ghul, dug him up and was going to drop him in the Lazarus pit to like bring him back or whatever. So that was kind of cool. Batman went crazy, obviously. Bruce Wayne. I mean, it was an okay story. I didn't think it was great. I don't know. Picked up a Batman 121 to Toys R Us reprint. Also picked this up, which I thought was pretty cool. Never saw it before. This is Prophet #1. This is the Stephen Platt cover, chromium cover wraparound. It's kind of, I think it is, I think they made a non-chromium, and then this is like the special edition wraparound. Goes for like $6 to $10. But this was definitely the find of the show. I had a friend there who was like, you gotta go check out these boxes. And I don't know, lately I just have not been digging in boxes because I haven't been finding a whole lot of stuff, honestly. But I looked at this stuff. I kind of went through like 3-4 boxes, and I was like, yeah, there's not much in here. He's like, no, you got to go look. So I went back and I found this amongst these other books, and this was in a little small run of current Shadow Man stuff. They had like 10, 11, 12, 13, and I was pulling them out. I was like, I better check to see if any of these are the variants. And I got to 13 and I pulled this out, and I was like, oh crap, I think this is a pretty good one. And yeah, it's a very good one. It's this is the 1 in 20 variant Ben Templesmith cover. There's also a 1 in 50 by Shane Davis, which people ask a ridiculous amount of money for. This one sells for $100 regularly when they come up. This also, Shadow Man 13 is also the first appearance of Punk Mambo. And I believe I showed a different variant that was like in some kind of magazine or something a while back, maybe like a year ago. I think Punk Mambo, I mean, it's a woman character who was new to the Valiant Entertainment line, so it could be a good spec opportunity. From what I've heard, they're doing more with her. I haven't read much out of Valiant other than the Bloodshot Reborn series, which I liked. So that was definitely the find of the day for 50 cents. A couple other books I got: a Marvel Team Up 141 newsstand for $10. This book started to go up. Black Costume Spider-Man. It's been in high grade. It's been selling pretty well for like 60, maybe more. This is probably like a near mint minus maybe. So I was happy to get that. I also got these for $1. Captain Marvel #1, Dark Hawk #50, tough book to find, last issue. Deadpool #20, Hit Monkey, first full Hit Monkey, or came out before the Hit Monkey series. Doctor Strange #15. This is the newsstand. Just kind of a, when it came out, it was a controversial cover because it was like Amy Grant had this. I think this image was on her album cover or something like that. I don't remember the whole story. And a Ultimate Spider-Man 200, Miles Morales side of the connecting variant. Got all those for $1. I think those were some good buys. And what else I get? Oh yeah, this might have been, if I wouldn't have found that 50-cent variant, this would have been the find of the day for sure. A Foom #2 with the Steranko cover. But you know what's more important about this book, right? What makes this more the collector's item? This is cool. So this was actually, so Foom was like Friends of Marvel, a club that you would join, and it's mainly just like little, gobbledygook stories, whatever it be. Well, there's some previews for like upcoming books, some interviews, stuff like that, and it was sent out in the mail just like this. So finding one like in high grade is kind of tough, because I don't even think it was bagged. Like this has the address on the back, which is pretty cool. But the reason this book is more sought after than any of the others is they have like a section every month they had where people send in a character that they personally created, and then they just publish them in here. And I thought they picked a winner every month where they would give them like a couple $100 or something. But what you see here is to the right there. I thought that was pretty cool. I never saw that anywhere. Starhawk with 2 R's and a dash. Hyphenated Starhawk. And then obviously right here, the Wolverine. And you can see up in the top left there, they're showing him like he's got like a robot kind of skeleton, which obviously was similar to an adamantium skeleton, and the character that we know now ended up being called Wolverine. So this was found maybe, or it came to light more in the public realm maybe like 3-4 years ago, and since then that book's really gone through the roof. It's probably about $200 in decent grade, because that character in that publication came out before Hulk 180. So some people say they stole it from that guy who sent that in. Pick these up online. I love this series, Southern Bastards. I don't think I have any copies of #1, so I got 1 through 5, and I got 3 copies of #1 for $24. #1 sells for about 8 to 10. So in #1s I paid market value, and then I got the other ones thrown in for free. So I couldn't pass that up. Here's some stuff that I got. So this was, let me see where I'm at here. On my way to Baltimore Comic-Con, I stopped at some shops, and I didn't find like a whole lot. I stopped at 3 places, I think, and only ended up buying something at one. Actually, I'm gonna hold those back for a second till I get to the other one that I bought. I think I got it right here. So I'll show you what I got at the con. Actually, here it is. I can pull it out. So this was at 2nd and Charles, which I had never been to, which is like a used bookstore, and they have comics too. I got let me see if I can get this a little bit better here. Catwoman #70. Paid $20 for this. It's probably like a VF copy. It's got some spine stressing, but this book still is doing fairly well. This is actually doing better than, what is it, 74, the mirror cover. 74 or 64, can't remember off the top of my head. This book's actually doing better than it. And that other book was the one that kind of started the hype. And then I found 2 copies of Star Wars The Force Awakens. This is the 1 in 100 variant by Joe Quesada. This book's gone through the roof recently. I mean, a 1 in 100, I would expect it to sell for 100, but this thing's up like 250 in high grade. Now, both these aren't high grade, but I was happy to get them for the price I did. This one was a little bit lower grade, maybe like a fine, very fine, and paid 20. And this one was pretty nice, maybe like a near mint minus, and I paid 50 for that. So those are pretty good finds, I would say. And I went to 2 other shops and I didn't buy anything. They were more comic shops. Here's the stuff that I got at Baltimore. I paid, let me see what I paid for these. I paid like $5 for this set. I don't know why, but I've been on this kick looking for these recently, the Image fan editions. So I got 1, 2, and 3. That's how many were made, but each has a second variant cover or a second cover. And they're called the fan edition because they were distributed in the Overstreet fan edition guide or whatever it is. It's called Overstreet fan. It's not like the Overstreet price guide. It was more like a magazine. And these came in it. These aren't worth a whole lot. They're worth, I don't know, sets maybe $10 or whatever. And like I said, there's 6 covers total. There's also like a gold foil one that, if you can get that in high grade, that's actually worth some money. And I'm not sure if this is like the first appearance of this character. It is like overseen by Todd McFarlane, but it's not drawn or written by them, but it is published by Image. It's like like Viking Spawn or something like that. So this same dealer, I got another series that I like a lot. I got these ended up being $2.50 each. Postal #1, the regular cover and the variant. I don't know if these were an incentive variant or just like a B cover. That's a pretty good series. Need to catch up on that. G.I. Joe #33. This is actually the second print, Turner second print. And I got an Image United #1, the Rob Liefeld variant. $2.50 each for those. Do some research on the Image United books. The regular covers don't really sell for much, but some of the second prints and the variants are starting to creep up there and getting pretty nice returns. There's a Spawn cover that's really cool. Todd McFarlane. Alright, here's some more stuff. I got a Venom Carnage #2. Paid $10 for that. Good book. Good price for that book right now. Seems to be creeping up as well to like $25 range. First Toxin. And it's a tough book to find really in the wild from what I've found. Or not found, I guess I should say. Marvel Age #41. Stan Lee cover. That's all I'm going to say about that. Do your own research on that one. Paid $3 for it. Venom Carnage #1. Paid $3 for that. This was from a different dealer. Oh, I forgot I got this. I got a Wonder Woman 7 for $2.50, and that's a newsstand. And then I also picked up a couple Miracle Mans that I needed. 21 and 22. Really nice high grade copies. These were $10 each, which is a steal. These later Neil Gaiman issues, they're tough to find, and usually they're like $20 or more. Picked up one of these online, so that was actually all that I got at Baltimore. I didn't think it was a great show, but I also was not really feeling digging in the boxes, and there was pay dirt there if you were down to do that. Lots of dealers. So next year I'm gonna have to set my game up a little bit when I go. Picked one of these up online for $5. The Generations Wolverine Matina second print. I think this one's really sweet. I mean, a lot of these Matina ones are cool, but I like this one. I think specifically because it's got X-23 and Logan Wolverine on there. Picked this up online. Been wanting this book. TMNT number 31 from Mirage. This I paid like 13, 14 bucks for it. This issue. Okay, so 32 was the last issue that that Mirage printed, and it was like the last 4 issues of this series were only printed by Mirage and not distributed. You could only buy it off their website. And this one, number 31, was published digitally, or they published the pages on their website or something, but it was not printed. Then they printed number 32. Then they went back and printed number 31 in print edition and sold it. You can see it has a $10 cover price. Very tough to find in the wild. A lot of these I think are with collectors of Ninja Turtles. You do see number 29, I believe it is, or 30, come up for sale every once in a while. It's got that issue. It was signed in the back and sketched in some of them, and that one sells for like $300 if you got one of those. So they're really cool books just because they're tough to find. And I have this one and the shark cover one, whichever that is, 30 or 29, can't recall. Picked this up for like 10 bucks. This cover's awesome too. The Mike Deodato Virgin variant to Old Man Logan. Just a cool cover. Good one to put in the collection. And that one was limited to, that was store variant, limited to 600, I believe. Here's a book that I've always keep my eye out for now. Uncanny 129. I paid $50 for it. Nice high grade copy. First White Queen, first Kitty Pryde. High grade copy. Look it up. Very tough to find for a decent price. And I think there's future potential for that book. Deathstroke number 20. I don't know why I picked that up, except it's like the story after the Lazarus contract storyline. This is the first one. I don't know that it sells for much. I was just looking for stuff to buy that day. Probably shouldn't have bought it. I paid like $3 for it, as well as, what else did I get? This dumb book. I paid $3. Secret Wars Battle World. It's got the Hulk Wolverine on the cover. So there is like different versions of Hulk Wolverine, or obviously the weapon Batch H, whatever. But they're from different planets, different times, etc. The Batch H is the first one that's in like the regular continuity of Marvel. This picked up for a minute. It was like $6. I don't know that's really selling for much now. I also got this. Paid $3 for this. Spawn 276, the first part of the Dark Horror storyline. I think this story arc, and give it a couple years to marinate, I think it'll be a popular storyline with fans. So might want to pick them up if you find them. Sometimes people have $2 bins of recent stuff at shows. This was a shop on my way. Where was I going? I was going to Detroit, and I stopped at some shops. I picked up a few books here at this shop. Paid cover price for that. I did not have a copy of that yet. The Spawn Anniversary #1 homage to Ultimate Spider-Man #1, Todd McFarlane. Picked this up in the 3 for $1 bin. Cannon Busters #1. This is the variant. I don't know. Maybe that's Artzilla.com variant, maybe. That was a great buy for 33 cents. Found a couple things in their back issue bin, nothing spectacular, but Venom #2 second print, paid $7 for that. That's a pretty good buy, I'd say. Tough book to find. I don't know I've ever seen one of those in the wild. And also this one I've never seen in the wild, Spawn 216. Just kind of a low print run, sought after book. I paid $8 for that. Both these are probably like around $15, $20 books maybe. I haven't checked on that Venom, or yeah, the Venom. I haven't checked on that recently. That book spiked up for a while. Here's another shop I went to, which was just awesome. Just found so much good stuff. Love this shop. Um, Batman Harley and Ivy number 1 through 3. They had this bundled together for $15 for the set. Definitely take that. The other thing that was great about this shop, besides the price, like half their books were in Mylars. I mean, really? Can I really do any better than that? Bloodshot number 1, paid $4. This is, I believe, it's a 1 in 20 David Aja cover. Awesome cover. I love him. He's a great artist. That's a really cool cover. Daredevil 7, the 50th anniversary variant, paid $7 for that, I think. Here's a tough one to find. Invincible number 50. I believe this is a 1 in 50 variant, and it's Art Adams along with a couple other people. I paid $25 for that. Very tough book to find, and it lists for like 100 plus, but it sells for maybe 75 if it sells. Well, if the Invincible movie kicks back up, I certainly think this will be one sought after. A number 1, I don't think I have any raws of Nailbiter number 1. Paid $3.50 for that. Love that series as well. Kung Fu, Richard Dragon Kung Fu number 5. I paid $6 for that. First Lady Shiva. Pretty nice copy. Very tough book to find in high grade. This I picked up because I need one for the set. This is the second print to Spawn Kills Everyone. Todd McFarlane cover. Paid cover price for that. Found some pretty cool Transformers books. These are kind of tough. Like, not many of them sell online. They're just not really out there very often. So this is number 22, cover B. I paid like $3 for $4 for all these. That's a connecting cover, I believe, as well as this one. This is 23 cover A. So that was 22 cover B. This is 23 cover A, and I believe both of them have the other half connecting. Here's the variant, which I paid $10 for, to number 23. I think that's a 1 in 10 maybe. I got a $4 for this. Robots in Disguise number 1 variant. Maybe a 1 in 10, maybe 1 in 20 or so. Death of Optimus Prime. Found the variants for these. I think that maybe is like maybe that's just like a cover B. This one is like a 1 in 50 or something, and this might be a 1 in 25. $4 each for those. I also found, I don't have it sitting here, I don't want to go digging for it, the Justice League, the Transformers Justice League homage. Paid like $4 for that too. Very tough book to find. Paid $25 for this, Uncanny X-Force number 1, the J. Scott Campbell variant. This is not the Midtown variant. This is the regular one, which fetches a little bit more money. Was real happy to find this. $8 for Uncanny X-Force number 1, the second print variant. Very tough book to find. This one was like the first book that I pulled out when I started. I started at the end of the alphabet. That was the first one I pulled out. Venom number 13, and again, I think that's a 1 in 25. Clayton Crane variant. Really awesome cover. Can't go wrong with a Venom and Ghost Rider Clayton Crane. Paid $4 for this. X-Force number 1. Now this is the bloody variant. You want to try and find the bloody variant. And that was what I got at that shop. Lots of awesome stuff there. Great shop. Let's see what else we got here. I've had some real bad experiences with eBay recently. I bought a lot of stuff. Not a lot, but more than I normally do. And just shipping's horrible. Books come all beat up. I got this one, Deadpool Merc with a Mouth number 7, the third print variant. First Lady Deadpool. I forget what I was charged. Maybe like 13, I don't know, 20 bucks. But it just came like shipped horribly, beat the crap. So I messaged the seller. I said, look, I'll either send this back or I would like a partial refund. And he just gave me a full refund. So I guess what I'm saying is don't be afraid to ask for a refund or to send it back if something is not shipped properly. I've had so many people ship stuff media mail lately and it just comes beat to crap. And it's not how you ship comics. Bomb Queen #1, Volume 6. Ridiculous book. But in the back of this, there is a preview for Cowboy Viking Ninja, which is moving into production. I think it's not supposed to. It's not. I think it'll start next year, and then come out the following year, maybe. So this is the first Cowboy Viking Ninja, Bomb Queen Volume 6, #1. All right, what else I got in here? Found another Cannon Busters. This one I paid $8.50 for. I think I bought this online. The reason why I picked these couple up was because this is going to be a TV show on like Netflix or Amazon or something. Venom Carnage #2, another one of those. I bought that off of eBay, I believe, for $15. Bought this off of eBay too. I was really surprised more people didn't have their eye on this. I mean, it's not high grade, but it's really not that bad of shape. It's got a couple spots. It's probably like a fine. Paid $9.25 for it. Uncanny X-Men 303, the Pressman variant. So I got 2 Pressmans now, which I'm pretty excited about. Tough books to find. Paid $10 for this. Spider-Man #2. Love this Delato variant. 1 in 25. I bought this. I paid way too much for this. Paid $29 for this. Daredevil 254. I bought this on eBay too. I was hoping it'd be like a 9.8 real high grade. It's got like 1 or 2 stresses. $29, way too much to pay for this in my opinion. I've found these for like in dollar bins or $3 and stuff before. But what the rumor is, and the reason I bought it, is that they're saying Typhoid Mary may be in the next Jessica Jones that they're filming now, I believe. So picked that up because of that. Next stuff. I'm trying to think where I even got this. I think I got that at I think I got this at a local shop, maybe, for a quarter. These were quarter books, Empress. So I got Rose Thorn #6, which is an Adam Hughes cover. Great covers in that little run there. Empress 1 and 2. I picked these up. #1, they're a quarter. #2, Millar World was picked up by Amazon or Netflix or something. All of his properties that haven't been optioned. So that may or may not move into a TV property. Figured for 25 cents, can't beat that. Marvel's, the awesome Alex Ross art series. I picked up, what did I get here? Like 1, 2, and 3, I believe, for a quarter each. Really nice copies. Awesome series and copies. Series and covers, Alex Ross art. These were $1. I got Daredevil 161, early Bullseye appearance, 175, Death of Elektra, I didn't tell you that, 176, First Stick, 179, 181. These were all $1. I mean, they're not high grade, but they're pretty nice grade for the price. Or Frank Miller stuff, obviously. 232, first appearance of Nuke. And this is also part of the Born Again run, which they're saying that is what the story for the next Daredevil series will be. TV show. That's part of that. Pay $1 for that. $1 for this, Justice League 117. This is when Hawkman returns to the team. Kind of a very minor key. But this was the find. I forgot about these. I've had these forever. This was the find of the dollar bins. A 361 second print for $1. And this is well after the it's known that Carnage is going to be in the Spider-Man or in the Venom movie. Moving on. I'm trying to think. Like I said, it's been a while. I can't remember where I even got this. I might have got this at the same shop. Batman 253, just a classic Adams cover with the shadow. I paid $5 for it. Might have got that at the same shop, I think. Not positive. Not positive. All right. The last bit I got here was from a store that had a sale by me. Picked up Marvel Divas 1 through 4 for, what did I pay for these? $5. J. Scott Campbell cover on number 1. That's actually starting to get some traction now. These were dollar books. St. George number 2. First appearance of Terror Inc. Spider-Man 13. That book was starting to heat up a little bit. And then I had these Lucio Perillo Warlord of Mars covers that I got for $1. Just, he's a great artist. He got some great stuff. These aren't especially expensive. These aren't the ones you want. He's got he's got a few like Vampirilla covers that are starting to go for big money. So just pick those up just in case for $1. And that is all I got. So thanks for watching. These books I've had, this is probably like 2 months worth of hunting at least. So I had a short box, decent number of books, but been a little bit high and dry for a while on finding some real good stuff. But I'll keep getting out there and getting after it, Thanks for watching. Keep trolling those dollar boxes.